November 10th. I'm hunting that same stand I hunted this morning, so it's the third straight day hunting this stand, so it might be pushing it a little bit, but it's been so good the last 2 mornings. Now granted, the last 2 mornings were in the 30s, today was 48, but it's a south wind, and I'm really hoping this is a big bedding right back behind me. And a lot of times bucks will cruise on a south wind, scent checking this bedding, so I'm hoping to get maybe a buck from another property cruising over here. The buck I was after in this area I had the encounter with yesterday, and he didn't get spooked, but I couldn't call him in, so this is 6th straight day in a row hunting. Tomorrow we got a bunch of rain in the forecast, and it's going to be warm. It's going to get up to 66 today. I'm taking a break. I need a break. Even the weekend, it's going to get cold again. We got another big cold front coming in Friday night, but with that's coming a lot of wind, snow, rain mix, so I'm not sure about the weekend right now. And this is the last weekend in Bow. Next weekend is our opener for gun here in New York. But we'll see. I'm on hunt only until about 10:30, 11 today, and call it quits. So give it one last kick at the stand this morning, and maybe we get on a buck. I'll keep you posted. got your old house cat chasing around squirrels in here. Well, I just shot a nice buck. I didn't get any of it on film because I kept hitting record, but my LENC button was off, so it wasn't hitting, of course. I got the GoPro, probably didn't get, it's looking at me, that was recording. The shot was forward, and I didn't like the way he walked off, so I'm not very happy with the shot. It was 20 yards, it was perfect, exactly how I planned it, a nice mature buck. I could see the arrow got really good penetration. I could see it sticking out the other side but he just kind of walked away over into the thick stuff. So I'm hoping he just went over there and it's gonna bed down. I knew it. This spot was a good spot for the rut. They cruise right down this downwind side, like I talked about earlier. I'm just disappointed with myself on that shot a little bit. It looked good as far as level wise. It just was a little forward, but he was quartering a little bit, so I'm gonna make some phone calls here, and it's only 10:30. I'm gonna give this buck a good amount of time before I even start looking for him. All right, so it's November 13th. You guys saw the video of the shot and the deer walking away. In my initial thoughts, like I said, I knew the shot was a little forward, which was a little perplexing to me. I felt like I was right on that deer's shoulder when I took that shot. I felt good about it. You know, as you're seeing this, I'm slowing down the shot on the GoPro. You can see I don't flinch at all. Everything looks good with my release. There was a little bit of chaos leading up to that. I had just done some B-roll. It was like 10:15, and I had turned around, shut my LENC off, because that's how I shut the camera off, and then I can just turn the controller back on and the camera fires right back up. And I happened to look up, and this buck was coming right in, right at me, just how like I pictured it happening, downwind side of that bedding area. You could also see my safety harness is undone because I could not turn around. The way that tree's set up, I just had to unhook it. I know it's not the smartest thing to do, but it was the best in that situation, to make the least amount of movement and get ready for that buck because he was cruising hard. So I got set up. Like I said, the shot to me, I felt very comfortable. I did shoot. The biggest mistake I made, I'll say this, is when I first drew back, I was in an opening where I expected him to come, and he stopped before that, looking up towards our food plot. And the first thought in my mind was, he's not going to go any farther because he was checking that for does and he was going to turn and go. And I turned and got at him, and there was a few branches in the way, but I felt comfortable. I don't know if I hit a branch. I have a very good feeling that I did, just by knowing that if I had that pin buried on his shoulder. And I'm going to show you a picture here that I screenshotted from him walking away, and I put a little red dot on it. You could see where the arrow went through. It's right in his neck. I found the arrow, so we went back. It was like 4 hours later. Found the arrow. It was snapped in half. There was blood in the middle of the arrow, probably about 4 inches of blood. That was the only blood we found. Not one drop of blood on the ground. Not where the shot was. Nowhere. We had 5 people looking. I even tried to call a dog tracker. I didn't have any success with that. And when I got home and looked at a little bit more and saw where that shot was and knew that he was quartering to me a little bit, I was confident that that shot was just a straight muscle right through the neck. The broadhead had no blood on it, just muscle meat. So unless I nicked his esophagus, which I pray I didn't, that buck should be fine. If it was an artery hit, there would have been way more blood, and I think we would have found him right away. So ultimately, the shot falls on me, regardless if it deflected off a branch or not. I've been very frustrated, disappointed with myself, disappointed that, it was an 18-yard shot that I didn't make a better shot. And it's been tough, to be honest. I do a ton of practice. I don't take this lightly. I'm not out there just flinging arrows to wound deer. But when I set out to do this and sell film, and if I was going to put it on there, I'm going to show everything. So I want you guys to see this. You could say it was unlucky, lucky. I don't believe in that. It just wasn't meant to be. And there's lessons to be learned in everything. And you just have to figure out what kind of lessons God's trying to show you through this, and that's what I'm working through. So I have not hunted since that has happened. It's Sunday night, so we're just entering the last week of bow. We got 5 days left. I think I'll probably try to get out a couple of evenings this week before the gun opener, but it's definitely been a struggle to get through some of this. Like I said, I'm just not happy with myself over it, but I understand that this happens in hunting. I don't like when it happens, to be honest. So, but ultimately, like I said, I think that buck's gonna live. Hopefully I run into him in gun season, could get a second chance at him. He looked like a nice mature buck, big body buck. Had some mass to him. He's not the biggest antler deer ever, but definitely, in my opinion, by the size of him, he's a mature buck. And that's 6 straight days, all that work, all that effort to go into that, and I blew it, plain and simple. So, but I appreciate you guys following along this season. We'll see how these next couple days go, and we still got all the gun season, so hopefully I can get on something. I'll see you guys next time I'm out in the woods.